Hi everyone, welcome back to E-commerce Success by At360. Today we're going to follow up on yesterday's video because we had asked a few questions to the business owner and they came back to us with some results, some answers, some more clarifications, and a correction on the figures. So the figures we looked at yesterday were actually mistaken in some ways. So we're going to review them again today and see what conclusions we can draw today from this new information we got today. If you enjoy these videos, if you get value out of this content, please consider liking, subscribing to the channel and commenting below. The comments are really important. They help us know that you enjoy these videos. They help us know what's working, what's helpful, what's valuable to our audience, and they signal to YouTube that these videos get engagement so that YouTube favors them and show them to more people. So if we get more comments, these videos will get seen by more business owners and we can accomplish our mission of making you happy, productive, and successful. So thank you in advance. This video is brought to you by At360, the easiest way to increase online sales by managing all your ads in one place, including retargeting all over the web, mobile apps, so that you can target people who've been on your website but left your website without making a purchase. These users are the most likely to come back and purchase, and retargeting is the most efficient form of advertising you can do. If you'd like to learn more, please subscribe to the channel and click on the link in the description to book a free call and a free demo of how the app works. Okay, let's jump into today's content. So we're looking again at Indigo on the Shopify subreddit. So they responded to our comments yesterday with some additional information. If you haven't watched yesterday's video, it will be the first link in the description below. I recommend you watch it so that you understand where we're coming from on all these questions. I won't recap everything, but I'll try and make sure this video can also be valuable if you haven't watched the previous one. So the first thing that was really not clear was the plan. So at first I had understood from the text, so maybe I didn't understand properly, but they rephrased it and explained further the plans. Now I understand much better. I thought they were planning to run 1 week of awareness campaign, then stop it and run traffic campaign for 1 week, and then stop it and run conversions campaign for 1 week, which didn't make a lot of sense for me. So now they rephrased that and added more explanation here. So this is the plan. The plan was created by with a Facebook expert. He said for the first week we start awareness campaign and then we keep it running for a while. So they said 3 weeks, I believe. And then they start a traffic campaign at the same time and run it for 1-2 weeks. And then the third week we will add a conversion campaign. Okay, I think this plan makes a lot more sense. I understand now a bit better the intentions behind it, although you didn't really share why it's been devised that way. I think I understand it better and it makes more sense. I think the main goal behind the awareness campaign is probably to get views and likes on your page and your posts. Because you're a new brand, you're just getting started, you don't have a lot of followers already. So doing awareness to gather a first group of people who are aware that your brand exists and like the post and engage with your content is going to pay dividends over time. I think it's a long-term investment, and it makes all sense because you need to hit a certain threshold of visitors before you get any organic visibility. So makes all sense. I understand it better now and understand it makes sense to run in parallel with the other types of campaigns. Then you have the traffic campaign, and I also understand it makes sense to run it for 1 or 2 weeks at first with a smaller budget. Try and maybe identify winning products, winning messages, using a click as the main metric at first because it costs a lot less to get 1 click, right? On average here you're getting like 50 cents or let's say 50 cents to get 1 click rather than 1 conversion, right? Getting 1 conversion can cost a lot of money. So if you spend like hundreds of dollars, you're not getting sales. You don't really know if it's because the website is not converting or the message is not good or the target is not good. So using a traffic campaign to get clicks and measure the number of clicks and compare messages with each other, compare targets, audiences, interests with each other, identify which products or winners. These kind of things can be done with a traffic campaign for much cheaper and with much faster results than if you were just doing conversion. So now I understand better, makes total sense. And once you have identified winning messages, winning audiences, winning targeting settings like interest and stuff like that, geos, demographics, and you know which products are generating more interest, assuming the products generating more interest are also most likely to be the ones that are purchased, then you can translate into a conversion campaign focusing on these messages, these products, and there you put the budget with the ambition of getting as many sales as possible. So now I understand much better plan. I think it makes total sense. I think you said you made this with a Facebook expert. I just wished I had all this information before. We talked also a bit in private, so makes all sense. And this, if you don't know where to start, if all these Facebook goals feel a bit blurry, a bit complex to you, complicated, I hope now you understand what a more detailed and thorough strategy on Facebook can be. I think actually that's a good idea and a good way to do it. Okay, now let's look at what you said here. So you're in the second week, you just finished the first week of a traffic campaign, okay. The only thing I see so far is a lot of impressions and clicks, but no sales at all. Okay, so that's a fundamental piece of information. You haven't got sales yet. So we're going to try and understand why. That's also the reason why we're doing like these campaigns with a smaller budget at first, traffic campaigns, try and drive traffic to your website and identify what's your conversion rate. And also, let's look also at this last point before we get up. So you said you placed the traffic and awareness in the wrong spot, and basically the numbers were a bit mixed up yesterday, which, honestly, I had a hunch it was the case. I wasn't so sure because yesterday, so you had this and this mixed up. So the first line was awareness, the second line traffic. So you were saying basically yesterday you had 2,000 clicks and you had a CPC of 0.06 dollars, which would have been fantastic. And I was very surprised. I was a bit surprised yesterday. I was thinking, okay, but you have an amazing campaign right here. You have breathtaking results. It's super surprising that you're asking for feedback because there was a clear outperformer compared to everything else. So my advice yesterday was, okay, you have a winner here, spend everything on that campaign. Okay, now we understand the figures weren't right, which makes a lot more sense. Now, I've seen CPCs around 10 cents or below, and actually we have a customer today I just talked to before this video, and they actually have such a great CPC with online display campaigns, but it's a very niche product. It's very well targeted in specific websites with where targeting a specific thematic, a specific theme, and they have an amazing CTR and CPC with affordable CPMs as well, and as a result they have below $0.1 CPC. But it's really it's a fantastic campaign. And it's very unfrequent to get this type of values on Facebook or Google, to be honest. So I was super surprised. Now I understand better. So what's the real number of conversions? Of clicks. So you got 166 clicks for $77 spent. So that's 0.5 approximately per click, which is still a good deal. I think on Facebook I see a lot of people spending more than $1. Sometimes close to $2 to get a click, which seems really expensive to me, unless you have a high ticket, very highly targeted product for a niche audience, which is going to convert super high. But for you, I think 0.5 is good, assuming the audience is well targeted. So I'm assuming that's the case because you said you have a good idea who your customers are. Females age 18 to 50 in the US, English speaker, into fashion, outfit design. So you seem to know very well who you're targeting. So I assume you're using that in your audience, in your custom audience on Facebook to target interested people. So okay. So now let's talk about the number of clicks. So here you say 166 clicks. Here you say 116. So I'm not actually sure which number is right. So let's do a quick calculation just to make sure which number is correct. So we're going to take the amount spent. We're going to divide by the cost per clicks. So that will give us the number of clicks. So okay. So here I have 164. It's closer to that. So with that amount of clicks plus, you know, these ones we got on Pinterest, so we actually have something like 220 clicks. Assuming a 1 to 2% conversion rates, you should have gotten something between, you know, 2 and 4 sales. That would be the expected average amount. Now, when you're getting started, sometimes it's expected not to perform so well, because remember, this is the average conversion rate for people that have, you know, established websites, sometimes with established brands, known brands, and ads that have been run for a very long time, well optimized, and, you know, with entire marketing teams working on them. So when you just get started, I'm not usually surprised to see 1% or below conversion rates, but we should still wonder if there's anything wrong with the website. So so you shared your website with me, which is super cool. So here's the website. It's very beautiful, actually. I love it. So Verlance. So it's jewelry, minimal and beauty. You have nice images. You have here your mission, which is super important. I made several videos recently on that topic about how it's important to really put front and center your mission, your brand values, what makes you different, how you stand out, because competition is just one click away and there are so many websites to buy from nowadays. You have to differentiate yourself with more than just the product or the pricing. You have to tell more, and people are more likely to buy from brands that feel personal, relatable, they feel, you know, with which they feel connection to. And you can build that with the mission, the values, the stuff like you're saying below. You're donating 3% of your profit to children in need. All these elements are going to increase your conversion rate. So that's fantastic. I love, you know, the collections are super good, looking good. I really like your products and how you're presenting each time a product with, in context, what it looks like. It's very well done. Actually, haven't seen that very frequently. I think it's a great idea. Works super well. I'm not sure what this is supposed to do, if I'm supposed to see something, so, or it's just to signal this is the product. But no, but I really like what you're doing on the website. So that's not the problem. I don't think, you know, I think this website should be converting around 1%. Now, a few tips. I give you a few tips now, which can help. But if you want me to give you a more detailed analysis and more personalized advice, I will be doing a live video on YouTube around the same time as now, but tomorrow on Sunday. So that's about where it's like 9 p.m. CET. So in Europe, it's 8 p.m. GMT. And I think that's going to be around 3 or 4 p.m. Eastern time, 1 p.m. Pacific time. So I will be live on YouTube. So if you want to join and ask questions in real time, have a chat, we can have a discussion. If you're another business owner and you're free tomorrow, feel free to come to the YouTube live. Feel free to suggest your website during the live, and I'd be happy to look over and have a discussion. But okay, let me give you a couple of tips right now. I think you should put more content on the homepage. I mean, I like everything I'm seeing. I just think I'm not seeing enough. I made a video about this recently. We went over a study of the Baymod Institute, looking over tens of thousands of e-commerce websites and doing focus groups with customer feedback. The number one problem users were complaining about was not seeing enough content on the homepage. And people are more likely than you think to scroll the entire homepage, even if it's long and has a ton of content. And they're less likely than you think to click and see the product or click on About Us or something like that. So if you have an interesting content somewhere on your product pages, like descriptions, how to take care of your jewels, reviews, if you have I think you have a good About Us page with more details on your mission, the materials, stuff like that. It's super important to put more of that content on the homepage. So put a small excerpt of so you already have this mission on the top, which is really good, but put something more about yourself, your story, why you decided to start this shop. Show a picture of yourself, your team. People like it when it's personal. Share your story. Tell us, you were looking for jewels, but they were either too expensive or really cheap, and you didn't find affordable, nice jewels with nice materials and ethically sourced or whatever. You seem to have a great mission. So expand on that. You have to put that content in the homepage, at least an excerpt with a nice image, and if people want to read more, you have like a call to action to read more, discover our story. You have to put that on the homepage. Almost no one is going to click on the About Us page to see that if you don't have an excerpt with a button on the homepage. You have great content here on the Q&A, for example. Put some of that content, maybe not all of it, but put some of the content on the homepage, perhaps on the product page as well. Put a call to action at the very bottom of the homepage. Add some social proof. So that could be your reviews, a collection of reviews, some not like a ton, a few reviews, for example, in a slider. That would be good. Talking about sliders, I like this slider. I think it's super cool, but I think not everybody is going to notice that this is a slider. They may just scroll quickly and see only one product. I like the idea of a slider. If I were you, I would just put maybe one bestseller, which is fixed, which you always see, then a slider with more products. Just so that we can see more products, because here you have the collection, and here we see one product. If we don't click on this arrow, which could be easily missed, by the way, we just see one product. It's not enough. You need to show more content, more different products on your homepage. Lastly, on the product page, I think you should definitely add a buy now button. Usually on Shopify, it's recommended to have the two buttons, add to cart and buy now. Especially if it's not a website where people are going to add to cart one product and then browse. And like you're not on Amazon where people are going to buy one thing, another, and most customers are going to buy one product. If you want to increase your sales and cross-sell or upsell, usually you have recommended products at the bottom like this. So this is good. You can also have on the cart page like a one-click upsell or stuff like that. But not having the buy now button is actually lowering your conversion rates. Okay, so I think it's a good addition. Okay, one last super important question is, where do you lead customers after they click on your ad? So what's your landing page or redirect URL? Are customers landing on the homepage? Are they landing on a specific product? Are they landing on the collection page? I've seen pretty much everything in my experience working with websites. Are they landing on the dedicated homepage? The best solution is dedicated homepage or specific product. If you have a warmer audience and you have really one particular product featured, highlighted in your creatives. But depending on the creatives, the message, we haven't seen that. Depending on what if it's more focused on a specific product or more about the brand itself and the values and the mission and a few collections, depending on what you show, it could be better to driving people on the product page or the homepage if you don't have a landing page, a dedicated landing page. So I'd be super curious to hear about that, because I really want to help you be successful. I think you have a beautiful website. It's super clean. The images are great. The products look amazing. I love your values, your mission. I think you shouldn't have a problem getting sales. Now, it's true the number of clicks might be too low to draw conclusions. We shouldn't jump to conclusions with just like a couple of hundreds of clicks. But if you continue for a few days the ads, if like at 300, 400 clicks you still have no conversion, it means there's something wrong, either with the website or with the ads or the people you're targeting. So you're not targeting the right people, or you don't have the right message, or your ad is not getting noticed enough. So it'd be good to have more info. So first, where are you driving people? So what's the landing page if you have one. Second question is, what's your message on the ad? Are you showcasing a specific product, or is it like more a generic branding ad? Thirdly, if you can share some, because you said you have no sales, but do you have add to carts? What's your add to cart rate? Usually the average for e-commerce website is between 4% and 8%. Okay, so in your case, if you have a lower than 4% add to cart rate, for example, if you have no add to cart, that could be really signaling us that there's something wrong with the website or the product page. So I'd be curious to know that. Okay. So feel free to share more info if you'd like. Feel free to come to the live tomorrow. If you're not available tomorrow around 1 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. GMT, don't worry, there will be a recording of the live available on YouTube. But if you want to ask specific questions in real time, have a live conversations, that could be super interesting. Feel free to join. And so if you want a dedicated session, a private session, where we go one-on-one, look at your figures, look at your analytics, look at the targeting settings on your ads, I'd be happy to do that. So we're doing free consulting and free audit sessions. Our goal is to help you be successful, make sure that you get sales, that you're happy about your business, that you have regular, sales, revenue coming in. And, if you grow your business and you want to run more ads, then we hope that you'll remember us at Ad360. We can help you run ads not only on social media or Google, but all over the web, on news websites, blogs, theme websites, apps. So, and we can help you implement retargeting. So if you're getting a lot of traffic, a lot of clicks to your website, but they're not buying, the number one thing you can do as well is implement retargeting. Retargeting usually enables you to get back a lot of the abandoned carts, so people that put a product on the cart but leave without making the purchase. You can recover a significant part of them with retargeting. And even people that just go to your website, look at the product but leave, these people are the most likely to buy from you. Because maybe they left just because they had something else to do, then they forgot, then they don't remember your name or your website, and they don't find it again. And usually studies have shown that you need between 5 and 10 exposures of a brand before you feel a connection, a close link to that brand, which is strong enough to make a purchase. So you need to show them regular ads. If you're doing retargeting, it's like finding the needle in the haystack. You're targeting the warmest audience that you have right now, which are the people that have heard about you before. They've seen your ads, they liked them because they clicked and they went to your website, but then they left. These people are the most likely to come back and buy from you. So if you want to learn more about retargeting, if you want to implement it super easily, we can do that in 2 clicks. And you can be everywhere on the internet and apps targeting your most ideal, warmest customers. If you want to learn more, there is a link in the description to book a demo of Ad360. Thank you for your time. I wish you a ton of success. I hope that you're going to fix all your issues, have wonderful ads, a ton of happy customers, and a very successful growing business. Have a great day. Bye.